Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm Mandi Grace, author of 10 young adult novels so far, 8 of which I might probably be writing this year. Probably not. With 5 of which I'm rewriting this year. Welcome to vlog 30? Vlog 30 of that adventure. Don't mind my 6-year-old niece singing in the background. I'm back home, if you couldn't tell that already. So, back to the nanny duties, back to having children around, back to singing in the background of my videos. This week, at least for the start of the week, I'm focusing on Much's book. I'm reading through the whole thing and doing like a quick self-edit thing. We're about 122 pages in, I believe, and at last count there were 565 pages to get through. I mentioned focusing on Much's book, which I am doing, but forgot to say I'm also publishing a book tomorrow, so, you know, that will also be part of this vlog. I am going through edits for book 2. I'm about 130 pages in, and we've got 565 pages, so I don't know, it feels like a long way to go still. This has been, undoubtedly, the most hype I've ever had on a release date, which is exciting. That's my writing group for you. We like to hype each other up. So, it's release day. I don't know how I feel, really. Excited, but also, like, I'm distracted because I'm on nanny duty and doing other things, and also sort of, like, avoiding the emotions of it all, because, there's a lot of emotions, apparently, attached to republishing my original debut novel and things. Yeah, there's just a lot, so we're just, I don't know, sort of ignoring that at the time being, and, here we are. I did, yesterday, I had put, where did I put it? Oh, I put it over here. I had put The Legend of the Thief up, and I had originally intended to take down these books as I did the new ones, but when it came time to take down Lucy's Legend and put The Legend of the Thief there instead, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. So, yeah, I put a poll on my Instagram and was like, should I just bite the bullet or just leave them both up there? And then my critique partner, pointed out that Lucy's Legend is still a book that I wrote and published, even if it's not, you know, the latest version and it's not available anymore. So with that in mind, I'm leaving them all up there for now. But I'm going to run out of shelf space because the new series so far this is the smallest. This is the smallest one of the new series. So stop falling over, you guys. Anyway, yeah, this is the smallest one of the new series, and there's not a whole lot of shelf space here for the other 5, here we go, other 4 books. I know how many books are in my series, I'm not crazy. So yeah, I will run out of shelf space, and I don't know what I will do about that, but I have decided to leave them all up here. Which actually makes some sense, because I also have my children's books, which are not published up here, and African Grace, which was my first novel ever, up here. Like, none of these are for sale at all. So it's not abnormal that none of these will be for sale either. Also, last night my writing group had a workshop on websites, which also included a little bit about newsletters in email marketing. Anyway, in the midst of that, I shared that I have been struggling to come up with cookies since reading Newsletter Ninja. I don't know what to do to incentivize people to come to my newsletter. And my critique partner suggested that I could start sending comparison scenes from the original Robin Hoods and the new Robin Hoods, because you know, this is kind of a unique thing that's part of my journey, that I published books and then rewrote them completely and republished them. So that might end up being a thing that I start sending in my newsletters. It might not be my, like, initial cookie to get people to come, because I don't know if, like, random strangers would be interested in that per se. But it might be something that I start sending to my newsletter of all the people who are already there, if they want a part of that. I don't know. I'll have to brainstorm this a bit, but it did sound like a good idea when she said it. I have my release to-do list in the... Gosh, now that I put the stones there, I can't use that as a place to set things. My book launch planner from Mandi Lynn. I love using this. Her store is linked below. It's an affiliate link if you want, you know, book launch planner, her stickers, all the things that I use and love. It is in the description box. Obviously, I haven't done anything on this list today because I am back at my nanny job and it's like almost nap time, so it's now time for me to be productive. Okay, nobody panic, and ignore the sounds of small children, but I just got an email from the photographer who took our author photos at the writing retreat that I went to in Arkansas a few weeks back, and I'm afraid to open it. I am on my way to my friend's house for the live stream. She graciously let me, you know, drop by because I didn't want to do the stream at home where the littles could potentially be, you know, having meltdowns in the background or something. I didn't need screaming children in the background. So yeah, I'm doing it at my friend's house instead, where there should be peace and quiet. All the pretties we made. Say hi. You get to be on the vlog. Ha!
Like I should be lower.
I am still reading Much's book because I haven't been reading it quickly or with any efficiency of any sort, so I'm going to be reading this book forever. Welcome to my Friday check-in. It is taking a ridiculously long time to edit Much's book. When I decided to do this read-through, to put Alan on hold and come back to Alan's book, after I finished the book that actually has a closer deadline, I thought, you know, it might take a week, but like, my read-through of The Legend of the Thief was like 3 days or something, so I thought, you know, this book is a little bigger than that, so maybe it'll take the full week, you know, but no, we're like 2.5, I feel, I haven't done the math, weeks into this excitement, and I am halfway through it. Part of that is because I haven't been working. Actually, a very large part of that is that I haven't been working. So the last week of summer break for me was when I started this, and I was not super productive that week. I did some, but I wasn't super productive. That was vlog 28? Question mark? No, 29. 28? I don't even know. It was one of those vlogs. Anyway, and then last week I was moving in here, right? No, now I'm confused. How long have I been at this house? Since Saturday. It's only been a week. So last week was my last week of break. And I was not super productive, but I did get some things done. And then this week, this one, it's only been 1 week. And because I've been back at work, apparently it's felt like 2 weeks, and also I'm not able to get on a lot of prickles or, you know, be productive. So I have been getting on all of the prickles that I feasibly can, which amounts to about the same amount of prickles that I did last week at the farm when I wasn't actually being productive, even though I had all the time in the world. So, all of that adds up to, I'm about 200 pages into this 570 page book because yes, it's growing. Because as I'm reading through it, I am also breaking it into chapters. Because when I've been rewriting these books, for the most part, I've been keeping, at least, okay, let me rephrase that. When I've been rewriting these books, in book 1 and 2, I kept the original chapters and just, you know, added words to them, basically. And then when I came back for editing for The Legend of the Thief and now Much's book, I have had to break it down, because some of the chapters were then like 30 pages long, which is too long for my books. So anyway, so now I'm having to break them apart and everything. When I did Dusty's book, and then what I've written of Alan's book, I have actually been creating new chapters, because I don't want to do this nonsense again. But anyway, the point is, in Much's book, I'm breaking it down into chapters, and also, even the chapters it already has are like squished up next to each other. So as I'm going, I'm also formatting. So when I get to the end of a chapter, I move the chapter header to the next page where it belongs, and oh, look at that, now we've added another page to this document. So it feels like I'm never actually going to get to the end, because the end that I'm reaching for keeps getting further and further into the distance. Anyway, but we're about 200 pages in to my 570 page book, and it's going very, very slowly. So here's the plan. After all of that jumbled rambling that I'm going to have to cut down to make any sort of sense, the plan is Friday, I have a couple more hours of work, and then I'm off. So here's what's happening. I'm spending this evening doing as many chapters as possible. I'm spending tomorrow doing as many chapters as possible. I'm spending Sunday doing as many chapters as possible. And in those 3 days, I'm going to finish the last 370 pages of this book. That's the plan. If I am not done Monday morning, I will get on and tell you that I have failed. 2 weeks ago, when I thought I should pause writing Alan in order to edit this book really quick so that I can get it to my editor real quick, and then it'll just be done real quick, and then I will have a few weeks and it won't be stress, right? No. Yeah, that was my plan, to like get it ready and up for pre-orders and just be like, I'm chill for 2 weeks. But no, it's gonna be down to the wire, and I'm not actually stressed out yet because I have a month. 4 weeks. I have 4 weeks. But I don't like that I don't have breathing room. I did this to myself. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's not like I have another book to publish as soon as this one is done, and then another book to publish, and then another one. I'm starting to really feel the chaos of what I have chosen to do this year. Yeah, I'm starting to feel the chaos. And I think I'm also feeling the chaos because this was my first week back at my nanny job, which is exhausting in its own right. And now on top of that, I'm publishing 5 books like a maniac. And the two things combined don't really work very well. At the farm, when I had no responsibility except my own voice telling me to write every day, I was not feeling the panic. I was making progress and things were happening, and like, it was great. But now it's like, I have no time in the day to actually focus on my writing career, and also I am publishing 5 books. What is happening? That was my mini panic for the week. We're going to be very productive this weekend. So I'm trying to finish that today. But before I get into that, I am typing up my newsletter for Monday, and then I'll do the read-through stuff. Okay, well, Saturday's update. Didn't do anything yesterday, actually, after I said that I was going to. Because I fell asleep after dinner at like 6 o'clock. Just fell asleep, which worked out okay, because I just slept until 5 o'clock this morning, and then I felt perfectly well rested because I'd had, 11 hours of sleep, and was like, okay, it might be an ungodly hour of the morning, but I actually, want to get up for once, so I did. So yeah, I have made some progress this morning on reading Much's book, and I also wrote my newsletter and did a little bit of social media batching, and I feel very productive, but I have to do more in Much's book because we haven't done enough. We're on page 232. It's not enough. I feel like I am making progress on this read through, and like also I feel like I'm not making any progress on this read through. But we're just gonna keep reading and making edits as necessary. It's gonna be fine. It's fine. It's gonna take forever, but it's fine. I am reading through Much's story still forever. I'm on page 323, so we're closer to the end, but I still have like 200 pages. And yes. Yeah. Also, as I'm going, because when I put the document in, it, like, all of the chapters were squished together, so as I'm reading, I keep, like, when I get to the end of the chapter, I scooch the new chapter down to the head of a page, so the page count is actually growing as I go, even though I have been, like, cutting things, so it feels like I'm never gonna be done, because it started out, there was, like, 500 pages in the book, and now there's 577, so... It's a little tragic. Okay, Monday's update. The kids are actually awake right now. They're having TV time right before they get down for a nap, so if you hear that in the background, that's what that is. Anyway, Much's story. Are we done with it? No. This just doesn't bode well for my future. So on Saturday I did about 100 pages, which was great. And then on Sunday I did quite a bit less than that. 30-ish. 30-ish? Yeah, it wasn't great on Sunday, but guys, I was exhausted. Much is lucky that I did anything on Sunday. And shout out to my writing group, because without their accountability and the prickles that I got on, I wouldn't have done anything on Sunday, because I was dead after church. Quick little story time. I teach Sunday school, specifically the 2-year-old classroom, which is less teaching Sunday school and more corralling adorable chaos for an hour and a half. Except yesterday, the adorable chaos was actually 11 screaming toddlers, and it was not adorable. And I was just spending the entire hour just like putting out 10 fires at once, and I always had at least 2 children in my arms who were weeping, and then I was doing a lot of like squatting down to talk to a 3rd or 4th screaming child and try to like get them to calm down. And then I also had an escape artist who A, can open doors, and B, can climb over child gates. It was nightmare, okay? It was just bananas for the entire time, and then I was just exhausted. And today, you would not believe how sore I am. I apparently did nothing over the summer to build any muscles of any sort, because that 1 hour of going up and down with children in my arms hurt with every movement that I make today, and my legs, I can't sit or stand up without intense pain in my thighs, okay? There was too much squatting yesterday. Anyway, all of that is to say, I didn't do a whole lot of writing on Sunday because I was just feeling exhausted and dead inside. And today I'm in pain. But I did start off with the 6 a.m. prickle and got 20-ish pages done this morning, which is not a lot, but we're not done with the day. We are 340 or so pages into the book. Currently, the in Target is 577 pages, but that will probably be more by the time we actually get to the end, because that's just the way this is rolling. I am complaining a lot, but it's fine. Anyway, you're not going to see the end of today because I'm ending this vlog, but I will yeah, finish out Monday, hopefully very productively, which you will see on vlog 31. If you stick around that long. Anyway, yes, that's what I've got. We did a lot on Saturday and not much after that, but it's fine. It's totally fine. It's all fine. The Legend of the Thief is out in the world. You can purchase it, paperbacks, ebooks. The ebooks are everywhere. The paperbacks are currently just on Amazon, I think. Yeah, the link's in the description if you want to read the first book in the Robin Hood retelling, which you know you do because you watched, you know, how many ever vlogs of me rewriting it, so obviously at some point you want to read the real book. Yeah, that's what I got. I can't do any more call to actions. I did one and I'm done.